using C, infix to postfix expression. In this lecture, we will go through the C code for the conversion of an infix expression into postfix expression and execute that program. Here is the code. As you see, we have declared some constants. Max number, as you see, max number is declared here, used here in this array called operators in my new data type called stack. Now, operators is 1, operand is equal to 2, left parenthesis 3, right parenthesis 4, no more -1. All these are used in a function which we will go through immediately. As you see, there are four functions here. These relate to the stack, pop, push, stack empty, and init stack. So these are related to the stack called S. Stack S is the variable, and in which we have an array for storing the operators from the infix notation. And of course, top will indicate how many operators are there, give the number of the topmost operator. And here we have three more functions. This function is very important one, scan expression. That means I am scanning the infix expression, infix as it comes right from the leftmost to the rightmost. So every time leftmost most probably will be a bracket, left parenthesis, etc. So this is what it is going to do, and it is going to return integer, as you see, one of those 1, 2, 3, 4 or -1. If the scanned token is an operator, that is with plus, minus, divided by, etc., it is going to return 1. If it is an operand, that is A, B, C, D, one of these alphabets, or even numbers, digits, it is going to return 2 as operand. And if it is left parenthesis, it is going to return 3. If it is right parenthesis, it is return 4. And when it reaches the end of the string, it is going to return 1, indicating that we have come to the end of the infix notation. Now, as you see here, there are two variables here, operators. These are pointers. And these, when, for example, this function returns one operator, this variable operator will contain one of these operators, plus, minus, into, etc. And if when it returns 2, it will operand. It is going to contain the variable name, either the A, B, C, D, or it is going to contain some numbers, is operand, and other vice versa. And then if it is 3, it will contain left. This operator will contain left parenthesis. If it returns 4, it will contain the right parenthesis, etc. Now this is the function infix to postfix, which will do the conversion of the infix expression into postfix expression, in which all the other functions are being used. So in the main program, as you will see here now immediately, main program, as you see here, we have declared character postfix pointer, and here we input infix expression, and then we use this function infix to postfix. As you see, this infix to postfix returns character pointer. In other words, it is going to return the starting address of the postfix expression. As you see here, that's why we have declared postfix as a character pointer. So therefore I can assign therefore to this character pointer the character pointer coming from the infix to postfix post, which that is the starting address of the postfix expression, and then you just put postfix, it will display the postfix expression. So main program is very, very simple, and everything has been converted into function subprograms. This is push this operator on to the stack. As you see here, we have got the algorithm of this one earlier, how to write push and pop functions. Pop here, it pops the operator from the stack, which is stack is s dot operators. So it is going to pop that. Here you have got one more function, stack empty, which will return 1 if the stack is empty. S dot top is 0 means stack is empty, there is nothing. So it will return 1, otherwise it is going to return 0. And init stack is used at the beginning here to initialize the stack to 0, top to 0, so that we can proceed with the analysis of the expression. Now we come to scan expression, this function. As I told you, it is going to scan this infix character array in which we have stored the infix notation or mathematical expression. So as you see, ch is equal to infix bp plus plus not equal to null. So at the end, when it reaches the end of the string, naturally it is going to return null. Therefore, that will be the end. Then we have to come out of this the while loop and return no more. But before that, if ch is either a to z or it is 0 to 9 digit or alphabet and digit, it will return operand, and operand p will contain ch. That is the operand, either A, B, C, D or one of these letters or numbers. Else if it is ch is equal to one of these, plus, minus, into, divided by and power symbol, then operator will contain that one of those operators, and it returns operator. Similarly, if ch is equal to left parenthesis, is going to return left parenthesis, and optr will contain ch, and the right parenthesis, optr will contain the right parenthesis. This is scan expression, scanning the whole infix expression, and every time he sends the token, either it is an operator or operand or left parenthesis or right parenthesis. That is. Now we come to the important function, infix to postfix. Infix to postfix. So as you see, these are the various variables we have declared here, and assigning str postfix to str. Postfix is here. We have declared a static character postfix array. So I am just initializing str with the starting address of the postfix expression, because at the end I am going to just return str, that is what we are going to. So I am using, as you see here, the scan expression is being used as long as I have not come to the end of this expression. So every time it is going to return type. Type may be operator, operand, left parenthesis or right parenthesis. So therefore, so the type returned is operand. So you know from algorithm, if it is operand, you insert it into the postfix expression. That is what I am doing here. Insert it to the postfix expression and add a blank there. Otherwise, all of them will be one next to the other. So to prevent that, we add a blank after each operand or operator in the postfix expression. Now, if it is an operator, we know the algorithm now. If it is an operator, what do I do? If the stack is empty, I push that operator onto the stack. But if it is not empty, so I have got an operator, there may be some operators on the stack. What I do, I pop those operators. So as I do here, I pop that operator, find the precedence of that operator, find the precedence of the operator from the stack here. This is from the stack, and then compare. So as long as the precedence of the operator from the stack is greater than equal to the precedence of the incoming operator, I go on inserting those operators into the postfix expression. That is what is done here. So then I go on doing it as long as stack is not empty and precedence of the operator from the stack is greater than equal to precedence of the incoming operator. This is going to do. Then if it is become equal, I will ask here. Now in case the precedence of the operator from the stack is less than the precedence of the operator, incoming operator, I push that operator onto the stack, and then also push the incoming operator onto the stack. Otherwise, I will push the incoming operator onto the stack. So this is to be done when we come across operator. Then with that we come to the next function. We have finished this. Next function is simple function here. Then afterwards, if after being done, there may be some operators on the stack. What do? I just pop them off one after the other and insert them into the postfix expression as it is done here, and at the end of that I add a null character. Because it is a character array, it is very important that we add a null character, and I say return string. As you have remember here right at the beginning, what we have done is we have assigned the pointer starting address of this postfix array to str. So what I am going to do is I return the starting address of the postfix expression. With that we come to the last function, precedence. This function returns the precedence of the operators. As you see in that scan expression, we are in that infix to postfix, we have used this precedence. So if it is the power operator, precedence is 5, I return it. Otherwise if it is p plus into or divided by, it is 4. If it is plus or minus, it is 3. If it is 2, left parenthesis 2, right parenthesis 1, I say return p. This function returns the precedence of each of these operators. So these are some of the programs, the functions we have used, and let us see now. We'll see to the execution of this program. See, here we have got whole program. So we will enter one infix. For example, we will take a plus b divided by c minus d. Let's see what happens. So this is the infix notation. Immediately it gives us the postfix expression ab plus cd minus divided by. We'll take some more examples. We'll do a plus b into c divided by, we'll say c minus d. We'll use power 2. Let us see what happens. Immediately gives, so as you see here, a b c into plus, then we come to c d minus 2 power divided by. Let us try now with one more using numbers. Please note, in this case you can only insert single digit number. If you want to insert double digit number, you have to change your program in scan expression. Let us see. So 7 plus 3, we'll say power 2 divided by 9 minus 4. So as you see, it is converted. 7 plus 3 plus 3 plus 2 power 9 4 minus divided by. So these are two examples. You should be able to run this program.